Hello! Oh my god, I don't know which is the biggest feeling I've got right now. Excitement or nerves? I'm yet to decide. Hello. Hi, Shell. Oh, look at you guys. Oh my god. My heart is thumping. I'm shaking, but I am so excited. And I've just to warn you, we've got lockdown life going down here. It's not the kids I'm worried about, it's the dog. The dog is an absolute menace at the minute. So, hi guys. How is everyone? I need to keep an eye on the time, don't I? Just if somebody lets me know that I've really gone over time, I haven't brought a watch with me or anything, then just let me know. Hello. Hey guys. Okay, so I had a really bad nightmare last night. Me and my husband, we got really into a series, and you know when it's you just one more episode, and it was 1:30, and we went to bed, and then I had a nightmare that I slept through this whole thing. It was horrific. It was awful. So I woke up absolutely panic-stricken this morning. Oh, good morning, everyone. Oh, it's so lovely to see so many great faces on here. Right, I'll get started. So, I am Tam Richards, and I am the Superstar Director of the incredible Team Diamond Spirit. My absolute diamonds. Love them all. So if there's any of you guys on, lots of love. So I just want to start by saying, because this is probably the biggest chance I'll get with the biggest audience I've got. So I want to say the hugest thank you to any key workers, any NHS staff, any of you guys who are out there serving this country. I just want to say the hugest thank you to you guys. So this is probably the biggest chance I'll get with the biggest audience I'll get. So I just want to say thank you. Okay. So, I want to talk today about building relationships up, and I've got a bit of sort of price. I want to talk a little bit about price in there too. I've kind of built that into what I'm talking about. So I hope you guys find it useful, and I really, really do. I've been so nervous, so scared about adding value, but then I just watched Joe's welcome this morning, and it's just made me feel so calm and so humbled to be part of this amazing group and with all you amazing guys. And yeah, I just want to say thank you, Joe. You're unbelievable. You're one of a kind. Look at me, I struggled to get any paper to write my notes on, so I've had to take one of my son's scribbles. I've got quite a few notes, so I will be referring to them. So I want to talk about building relationships. So I'm going to start a little bit about, obviously we're in a new climate. We find ourselves with a completely different climate to the one we probably started our businesses in, and where we've got to work online. We can't do parties, we can't do events. There's a lot of stuff we can't do, but there's a huge amount of stuff we can do. Me personally, pretty much grew my whole business online. More or less, my entire business has been grown online. There's a few, obviously, most of my team, most of my customers are people I've met online. There are some people that I know through personally, but it's my online marketing that has introduced them to my business. But I've still had to adapt to this change. I've still had to adapt. I've still had to change how I work. I've still had to change how I run my business. I now have obviously 3 kids at home. My husband, he's a key worker. He's had to completely change his hours, so he's out at work for quite a lot. So I've had to I used to have the kids were at school all day, every day. I was living the dream. The kids were at school. I was working my business. It was like a dream, absolute dream. But obviously now they're at home, so I've had to completely change how I run my business. And there's other things I've had to change too. So I've now had to put certain things that I do to one side because they're not relevant anymore. And I've had to put laser focus into new things that are going to grow my business. Oh, does it keep freezing? Is it my signal? I can go upstairs if it's too bad. Just let me know, guys, if it's bad and I can go upstairs. I have a better signal upstairs. I probably should have sat upstairs anyway. But yes, I've had to put laser focus into new things to adapt to the change, because I want to adapt. I want my business to run. I want my business to succeed. I want to do all the things. So I've made the commitment to adapt to the change. So I've done a bit of research on this about a few companies who refuse to adapt, who refuse to change when the times changed. And obviously what happened to them, because times change all the time. If we think about the early Sensi consultants, the consultants who were here from the very beginning, they have had to massively change their businesses over and over again. They've had to massively change how they work over and over again. I know I personally have been through minor changes, but everybody else, like the long-standing consultants, have gone through massive changes. So a few companies that when I was doing my research, sprung to mind are, obviously, I don't know if you remember, that good old company, Blockbusters. That good old we used to go to on a Friday night and go rent a video out. I absolutely, it was my childhood, Blockbusters, loved it, absolutely loved a trip to Blockbusters. But as time changed, people began streaming films, people began streaming movies. There was no need to go to Blockbusters on a Friday night and pick up a movie anymore. There was no need for that. So Blockbuster had a choice. They could have changed with the times. They could have changed to meet the needs of what people had, but they didn't. They didn't change. They refused to change. And there is one Blockbuster left in the whole world now. Did you? You worked for Blockbusters. There is one Blockbuster. My friend from school did, I remember. Used to give me cheap popcorn. There is one Blockbuster left in the whole world now. I think it's in Oregon. So that because they didn't change what they did. They didn't pivot with the times. So people had a different need now. They could get their movies online, but they didn't change. Another one this is a bit more broader, but another company that have changed how things work is Uber. Uber, the taxi company. They have completely changed how taxis work. So simple. They just introduced an app. You could get your taxi by an app and you could track your car. All taxi companies can track their cars, but they just don't have an app to do it. It was the simplest thing. Taxi companies are going out of business because Uber are taking the centre stage. They're not going out of business because Uber are putting them out of business. They're going out of business because they're refusing to change with the times. They are refusing to move forward with the times. They have to accept that we need to change. That's it, Laura. Adapt or collapse. We have to accept that we need to change with the times. So I think we've been through that massive phase of acceptance where we accept that, yes, we need to change. We need to change what we're doing. We can't go do our parties. People don't need parties right now. People don't want parties right now. We can't do parties right now. We can't do events. That's not how we can deliver our products. That's not what we can do. So we have to adapt. We have to adapt and thrive. So I don't want to say, one thing I did when I was doing my research, one thing I did think was, obviously, I don't want you to be falsely positive. Everything's fine. Everything's okay, because it's not. We're in difficult times. We know that. We're in really difficult, challenging times, frightening times. I know that. But what we can have is optimism. Don't underestimate the power of optimism. We can be optimistic. We can know that if we adapt, we will thrive. We can know that our businesses will thrive if we adapt. We can be optimistic with that. There is so much we can do. And a powerful quote that my husband, when I was writing this last night, pointed out to me was, the only thing that is constant is change. The only thing that is constant is change. That is the only thing. We will always have change, no matter what. There will always be change, so we have to basically deal with it. We have to deal with it. So I'm a huge Simon Sinek fan. Amongst others, he's made a huge impact on me. I do a lot of personal development and I take abundance of knowledge and learn so much from Simon Sinek. And one of the books, I meant to bring it down with me so I could show you, that I absolutely adore is Start With Why. It's an incredible book, absolutely incredible. This book is relevant all the time. It's really helped me model my business. But I believe that today, for this training, for right now, I believe that this book could help you so much. It's so relevant, okay? So it's in this climate, I feel like it's really powerful. So a company, let's think of a few companies that have adapted with the change of times. A few companies, I will get to my point, I promise. A few companies that have adapted to the change of times. PayPal, Google, Amazon, Facebook. They are all companies that adapted with the change of times. They adapted with what people needed and they changed what they did. Amazon was a book company when it started. That's how Amazon started, a book company. They have all adapted through the change and look at how they thrive. They are huge companies, absolutely huge. And one that Simon Sinek talks about in his book quite a lot that I always refer back to is Apple. Apple. I'm an Apple fan. I've got my Apple phone resting on my Apple Mac. They are the definition of how people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Okay? Always remember that. People do not buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Apple don't market themselves as a company that makes great computers, great phones, etc. They don't market themselves that way. Their branding message is literally to challenge the status quo. That's what they want to do. So, for example, I was telling my team the other day, their MP3 player was not marketed as an MP3 player. It was marketed as 1,000 songs in your pocket. They talk about why you need their product, not what their product is. So, how can we change this? How can we make this relevant to Scentsy? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 examples of a marketing message. So, okay, here's number 1. I sell gorgeous wax and warmers. They're a safe and great alternative to candles. Do you want one? That's it. That's about you. That's talking about you. I sell. And this is talking about what you do. It's not talking about why you do it. So now I've written another one about why you do it. That's not compelling. It doesn't make you want to buy the products. It literally just tells somebody what you do. What does it make you want to hand over your money? Probably not. Okay, so now let's try one that leads with why you do it. I am committed to providing you a home fragrance experience that will enhance your mood, trigger special memories, and make your house feel like a home, creating new memories through fragrance, can't read my writing, with exquisitely designed products to complement your home, simple to use, safe for you and your family, and they come with a lifetime guarantee. Now that, for me, tells me why somebody wants why they sell Scentsy, why they love the products, why they do it. Because it's about them. It's not about me, it's about them. So remember, always connect your marketing to why you love Scentsy. You will engage with people so much more. Not once do you feel like you've been sold to. Not once do you feel like somebody's just trying to sell you a product. That you feel like they're trying to enhance your life. It's so much more compelling. So another thing I want to talk about, I don't want you to ever feel like you're competing with anybody. Never, ever. And when I say anybody, I mean another consultant or another price. When we talk about the price, you enter a race. When you try and be the cheapest, you enter a race. And the finish line for that race is the bottom of the money bucket. The bottom of the money bucket where there is no money for good quality, there's no money for great service or happy staff or anything that makes a company great. Never, ever do you ever need to justify the price. Never. Do not enter the competition of trying to be cheaper than anyone else or trying to be cheaper than any other product. It's not a competition, because if you do that, you enter a competition to the bottom. That's all you do. Where there is absolutely no reason. Lead with why. Always lead with why. The Scentsy, one thing I always tell my team is Scentsy do not strive to be the cheapest. Never, ever do they strive to be the cheapest. They strive to be the best. Their products are the best. They are great quality. They're cleaning products. They're not just bog standard cleaning products. They're plant powered. They're incredible cleaning products. All of their products are not about being cheap. They're about being the best. So, your powerful strategy is your why, and why you do what you do. Why do you want people to experience Scentsy? Remember, it's not about you, it's about them. Lead with what it is about them that you love, And of course, the ability, so finally I'll get to my point now, the ability to build strong relationships. Okay, strong relationships. That is how I've built my business. Absolutely. All I've done is with relationships. I don't think I even realised what I was doing at the time until I look back on it now. So, strong relationships that consist of people not feeling like you see pound signs in their eyes when you look at them. People feeling like they're valued, that you appreciate them and you care about them. That is the absolute goal with a strong relationship, that you care about them and that you want to give them an incredible experience and that you care about them personally. You will build, if you work on your strong relationships, you will build a lifelong customer base, a never-ending supply of new team members and new customers. If you work your relationships, you will have a never-ending business, and all these things will come to you so naturally. And the best thing, network, am I back? Sorry, I lost my connection for a second there. And the best thing is you will be living our CEO, Orville Thompson's mission of giving more than you take, because you're giving them your time. Giving them your time. So here is my tips on working relationships. So one thing, when all this happened and I had to pivot how I worked my business, I had to pivot how I had to adapt at how I was marketing myself. I had to really think about what I wanted to put my time into. So what I told my team was I was just going to pour into my customers, absolutely pour into them. I wanted to pour into my team. I wanted to help as many people as I could. So that's where I put my attention. I put my attention in doing that. Oh, thank you, Stacey. I was a bit worried because it said connection gone. I'm just going to have a sip of caffeine. Hang on. Okay, so here's some tips. Show appreciation. Make people feel appreciated. What's appreciated is repeated. So example for key workers, I put a post out on my group, my customer group, and asked if there was any key workers in there. And I think I got this idea off possibly Laura Bynes, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I asked if there was any key workers in my group and I got a response. I got people telling me that there were key workers. I didn't give them a reason why, I just asked if there was any key workers. And then after a day or so, I said, right, guys, can you send me your addresses, please? I want to send you a thank you. I want to send you a thank you for what you've done, for what you're doing for us, because I'm so grateful to them. So grateful. So I did. I sent them all a little thank you. I just sent them a little pack of samples. You don't have to send them anything. You could just send them a personalised message saying, can I just say thank you for what you're doing right now. You don't have to send them anything. But I did. I sent them a little pack of samples with no expectations, just me wanting to make them feel good, no expectations whatsoever. And I cannot believe, I feel absolutely overwhelmed with how that has changed my business, because these were people I'd never spoken to before, never had any connection with before. And I've now got all these new relationships with new people. They were so grateful, so grateful. They're buying product from me now because the samples, I sent them Fancy Collections lemon squeeze bundles, and that I've sold like no end of Fancy Collections and no end of some lemon squeeze bundles since this happened. It's made a massive impact on my business. So show appreciation, and show appreciation to your customers as well. Make your customers feel special. Let them know how valued they are. Thank them. Always thank them. Let them know how much their orders mean to you. I've always done this. It's something I've always led with. I've always tried really hard to make my customers feel special, and it really does work. Next, communication. Really important to communicate with your customers and the people in your network, the people you're building relationships up. Communication's key. Pay attention to what they're doing. Pay attention to them on Facebook. Add them on Facebook and pay attention and see what's going on in their lives and see what you can contribute, whether there is any kind of contribution you can give to that person because you're paying attention. Sometimes you can think, oh God, it's so hard to keep on top of all these things. Make notes if you need to, but it's really important that you do follow what's going on in your customers' lives. And you're obviously the new network that you have, pay attention to what's going on in their lives so you can add value to them. Exceed expectations. Always always exceed expectations. Okay, this is something I've led with from the very beginning. If someone's buying a scent circle or a diffuser, they get the exact same gratitude from me. They get the exact same feeling of how special they are to me, whether they're buying a mini bulb or 10 diffusers. You know, obviously that's never happened, but I want them to know how special they are to me. I want them to feel, because I tell you what, that scent circle could lead to amazing things. So I'm going to tell you a story. I've got it noted down, so to tell you another point I'm going to tell you now. I had a customer and she bought one bar. I've told my team know this story because I tell them all the time. She bought one bar of French lavender from me, one bar, and she wasn't local either. It needed posting. And she used a cube and she said she didn't like it. Can she swap it, please? And I was like, she didn't want to buy a new bar. She wanted to send that one back and me replace it with another one because she'd used a cube and she didn't like it. And I was like, oh my God, are you for real? But instead of being frustrated and, you know, saying, no, that's not really the done thing, I absolutely went above and beyond for her. I said to her that, absolutely, instead of sending that back to me, why don't you give it somebody who might like it, like your mum, or, you know, find somebody who might like it. And then what I'll do is I will send you 8 cubes of different wax to try, so you can have a bit, because she was a brand new customer, 8 cubes of different wax so you can try. So I made her a nice little sample pack up with 8 cubes, and I treat her like a queen. I literally made her feel so special, even though I was absolutely like, really? You wouldn't go back to Asda's after using a blooming something of theirs and say, oh, I don't like it, can I have my money back, please? So I literally treat her so special, because I thought that she's not going to get this service anywhere else. She's not going to get this service from any other company. But I made her feel so special. And you know what? From that one bar, she has turned into my best customer. I can't even tell you how many diffusers she's bought, because she buys them for her friends and family because she loves them so much. She has turned into one of my best customers. And I could have easily just said to her, I'm really sorry, but there's nothing I can do for you. But I didn't. I made her feel special. I made her feel valued. And she has literally, and she's now talking about joining as well. She has literally turned into an incredible customer for me. And I am so pleased. And I tell my girls all the time, they are probably bored, sick of hearing this story. But I tell them because it's so true. And it's been a massive pivot. So anyway, I went off. It's Connect. I did Connect. So obviously we have, no, I haven't done Connect. So exceed expectations, that was exceed expectations. Connect with customers, connect with them. Make sure, we've got a goldmine of connection. We can connect with people so easily now with technology. It makes it so easy. Like, obviously we can connect by paying attention to what's going on in their lives. We can provide entertainment. What is it? Stacey always tells me the 3 E's: education, entertainment, and I always forget the third one. Stacey will tell you if she's still watching. The 3 E's about what you can provide when you are providing your social media. So you can provide funny TikTok videos and they will connect with you. So make sure you have that connection with people. It's all about connection. If you see somebody that has something in common with you, then connect with them. Make sure you are connecting. It's so important that you feel that connection with people. That connection is engagement. That's it. That's like the most important one. That connection is absolutely vital. Ask for feedback. Another one that I do, I ask my customers for feedback, because then you know what you are doing, that it's worth your time. You know that if you are putting your time and effort in something, you know, some things in our business take a lot of time. Like sampling takes a lot of time. We know that. So we ask your customers for feedback. Make them feel special after they've had their order. If they just give you a little bit of feedback, maybe make your own little question, like 5 questions on how did they feel? What did they love about their order? Is there anything that would change? Ask for feedback. I do that with my borrow bags too. So when I give out a borrow bag, I ask for feedback. People love to give their opinion. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, can share with their permission too. That's a really good idea, Nikki, because then you can give like a portfolio of reviews. That's such a good idea. So it's really important to ask for feedback, because people feel valued. If they feel like their opinion matters to you, then they feel special. They feel like you really care about them. So it's such a good idea. So ask for feedback. And my last one is it's all about samples, all about samples. I am so passionate about sampling with intention. I'm not going to go too much into this because I know Emma is talking about customer care, but I sample with intention. I don't just send out a couple of slices of wax. I try and really sample with the intention of giving them an experience of the product that I'm sampling them. So if I do a Jammy Time sample, I'll do a Jammy Time whiffs and a Jammy Time liquid and a little bottle of lavender cotton spray and maybe a cube of Jammy Time as well. Depends how I'm feeling. So I say to them, and I make a little postcards, and I say to them, guys, I want you to wash your sheets with these bedding, with these wash your bed sheets, and it's like the cozy the cozy bedding sampling experience. I say, wash your sheets with this. Enjoy, and a few days later spray the lavender cotton spray just to revive the cozy smell. People love to feel an experience, and I can tell you what, that has massively increased my PRV by sampling with intention and giving sample experiences. I don't know if I explained that very well, but that's what I'd go for. Like, you could give the ones I've done are the clean car sample experience, so obviously not many people are using the cars right now, but a scent circle, a little bottle of Counter Clean, a little bottle of Fresh, telling them to go spray their cars and make their car feel all special. Sample with intention. Make them feel special from the samples. It's literally transformed my business. And I sell masses of cleaning products, masses of laundry products, masses of body products because of this. So another thing I wanted to say is it's very, very important to recognise the value of every single interaction. Gaining that interaction is a whole other training that I'm not going to go into because I'm a bit worried about time. How am I doing for time? Am I doing okay? I send my samples to customers. That's who I give my samples to my customers. Okay, so recognising the importance of every single interaction. Gain the interaction, obviously, I can't talk about that because it's too lengthy. But every time you get a like on your post, 26 minutes, I'm doing well. Every time you get a like on your post, every time you get a comment, a tag, anything, that is a new opportunity for you to build a whole new relationship. Every single chance that you get something, and I don't mean jumping on them and saying, would you like a catalogue? I don't mean jumping on them. I mean message. Somebody likes your post for the first time. Send them a message and say, thank you so much for liking my post. I've just seen you like my post. I just want to say it means the absolute world to me. How are you? How are you coping? Don't make it about sales. Just make it about appreciation, and then make it about them. Make it about them. I don't know, you could if you're friends with them on Facebook, you could have a look at their Facebook and see what they're up to. But they might not reply to you, but they might reply to you, and that might turn into your next team member, your next diffuser customer. That might turn into something incredible. So spend time looking at who's interacting with you, and pay attention to interacting with them too. This is where I was going to do my lavender cotton story, but it's obviously you don't want to hear it again. So make sure every interaction you take as a little seed and you plant it and water it and nurture it. Relationships need nurturing. It's so important to nurture those relationships. They are gold, absolutely gold. They might not buy from you, but because they feel valued by you, they might tell their friend about you, or they might know someone else who has their sensitive consultants just stopped selling and they know you. They might know someone who's wanting to make some extra money. You never ever know how that little tiny relationship could add so much value to you. So I've just said that if you need to start nurturing relationships, contact the people who've liked your posts, message them and thank them. Pay compliments. Compliments are golden. And I don't mean just like willy-nilly compliments. Like, really think about what you're saying to make somebody feel good. If you see somebody putting a post on Facebook, I've seen a girl, and she was one of those people who was going to join my team. She was going to join my team, and she never actually did it. So absolutely fine. But she set up a group and she's added me to it about her mind. She's had a huge journey of overcoming depression and anxiety. And through what's going on at the moment, she's trying to add value to others. So she set up a group. She set up a group on Facebook to sort of talk them through how she got through her troubles. So I messaged her and I said, I'm so grateful to that group you've done. It's incredible. And what I'm taking from it, I'm able to help others who I know are going through a tricky time. So, make your compliments genuine. But she was absolutely bowled over by me taking the time to tell her how much I appreciated what she was doing. She was literally bowled over. And it's reconnected me with her again. And after we've not spoken for a couple of months, it was really nice, really important. Customer retention is a massive thing. Like, you don't need to be in the constant battle of looking for new customers. Right, I've sold to them, let's go, next. You don't need to be in the constant battle of looking for new customers if you work on your relationships. If you work on your relationships, your customers will be loyal, and they won't just stay loyal to you because they'll tell their friends and they'll join your team, because they'll know, like, and trust you. They'll feel valued by you, and they'll want to be part of what you're doing. And if your marketing message is your why, not your what. We all know that we sell Scentsy. We all know that. But why do you sell Scentsy? Why do you love it? And of course, we have our personal whys. We all know that Scentsy can bless our lives in ways that, like, nothing else in this world. We all have our personal whys. But I'm talking about, why do you sell in Scentsy? Why do you want to give people Scentsy? If you lead with that why, then people will be drawn to you. People will listen to what you say. People will connect and engage with what you say. So I really, really want you to focus on what you can control. What can you control, not what you can't control. If you focus on what you can't control, your head it'll cause so much anxiety. Focus on what you can control, okay? And put laser focus in what you want to do to work with this change. So think about, you'll hear an abundance of ideas today. You can't do everything. There's no way on this God's given earth you can do everything, okay, that you hear. But take the things that really, 3 or 5 things that really, really, really connect with you, and that you can really see yourself working into your business, and really focus on them. Put time. Make a list of the 5 things that you want to focus on, and focus on them. I read a book, it's over there, called Don't Read This Book. I'm a creative, so I started my entrepreneurship as a crafter. So I have this creative mind where I get inspiration from just looking out my window. Like, I'm constantly getting ideas, and my head's like a big jumbled up mess. I'm constantly getting these ideas, but I have to, this book just made me realize that I have to pick the things that I want to put the focus on. I have to pick those things, okay, and make sure they're positive and productive and they're adding value. God, I keep going off on a tangent, I'm sorry. So we can use our businesses to add goodness to people's lives and achieve our dreams by providing comfort and joy through our products. Do not ever, 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 ever underestimate the power of your consultantship. Do never underestimate the power of your Scentsy business. If I'd have known when I signed up that one day, that Tuesday dinner time, that I'd signed up with Stacey, and it was the first time I spoke to her, and if I'd have known the power of what I was doing right then and how many lives I was going to change, it blows my mind. Never underestimate the power of your consultantship. You can provide so much goodness. You can provide so much value to others. So when all this happened, my dedication was about adding value. I just wanted to add value. Sometimes there was days where I felt like I was trying to do everything and I couldn't keep up with what was going on. And I just took a step back and I thought, right, I need to focus on adding value. And if I just do one thing today, and if it's a value, then that's all that matters. That is all that matters, just adding value. So if you need to, if you're overwhelmed, if you don't know what to do, just take a step back and think, what can I do to add value? So for me, it was picking up self-development books, re-inspiring myself, readjusting to the change, and being able to help and lead my team through the change and go through all of that. So never, ever, ever underestimate how powerful your business can be, because it can literally explode. People, don't underestimate the power of the products. Don't underestimate how much joy the products can bring to people, but don't underestimate how much joy the opportunity could bring to people at this moment. Don't ever feel like you're trying to gain from what's going on this. We have an opportunity that people can make money online at home, safe at home online. We have an incredible opportunity. That is something we can give to people. Oh, Sharon, you've run out of paper. Oh, that's made my day, we have an opportunity that we can give to people, an incredible opportunity that we can gift. I'm so passionate about that, and we can help them, we can nurture them. How am I doing for time? Am I doing all right? Because I am nearly finished. We can help them, we can nurture them, and we can give them an opportunity that perhaps they wouldn't have taken if this hadn't have happened. Perhaps they would never have had the time to sit and think, actually, maybe I'm going to sell Scentsy. I know, me personally, I've brought in, I think I've seen them watching as well, I've brought in a couple of people who have probably wouldn't have joined if it hadn't have been for what's happened. They've joined and I'm able to help them. I'm able to help them grow business. It's just so powerful. So I'm so grateful that I can, through all of this, like, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a key worker. So I wanted to add value where I could. So what could I do? I could help people make an income. I could help people have a distraction. I could help people find their focus. I can't go make people better. I can't make this virus disappear. I can, but what can I do? I can help people. I can help people as much as I humanly can, and that's what my focus has been. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm hoping that today is going to bring. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, I get a bit passionate. But oh my God, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the love. Is there a way of seeing how long I've been on for? Just wondering whether I need to stop. Yes, Michelle, you are one of my ladies who I was able to obviously give that opportunity to. You struggle with confidence. I always second out myself, mindful of ideas, but no confidence. Nobody's born with confidence. That's one thing that I've realised. Nobody's born with confidence. But I think if you lead with your why, if you lead with why you want to provide Scentsy and why you want to provide the opportunity, if you lead with your why, you will gain confidence. You'll gain so much from leading with that. Not thinking about, obviously, how much PRV you're going to get or whether you're going to get Grow with the Flow incentive. It's not about that for me. It's about what can I give to them? Why do I want them to have Scentsy? Because I know Scentsy makes me happy. I know Scentsy's helped me through very dark times, not just the business, but the products. Not just the products, but the people. I know that this is absolutely explosive. Oh, 20 minutes. Oh my God. That's incredible. Right, I'm going to have a bit of coffee. So if you lead with that, it's got a bit cold now. If you lead with that why, not that the fact that you sell, people don't really care what you do. People are not interested in what you do. They care why you do it. Actually less. Right. I shall go. I am so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much for all the love. And I've kept the comments on. And do you know what? That's a big deal for me. If you've ever done any of my training programs, you'll know that I can't keep comments on. I get literally terrified. So that's a big deal for me. And you guys have been insane. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much. And we've got such an inspiring lineup of people. Next, we've got... Yes, that's it, Stacey. You don't need to be confident. You need courage. It's not confidence, it's courage. And it's believing in what you do. Believing in why you do it. I know I keep saying it, but that I can't emphasize enough. Believe in why you do it. Look in this group. Look how many people are taking so much from being part of this group that they wouldn't be taking if they weren't here right now, if they weren't Scentsy consultants right now. Just wanted to read a comment. Many actually have no confidence. How amazing it is that fact. We can have this if they stand on stage. Try a Scentsy personality maybe. Yeah, I love that. Ah, guys, you're incredible. Absolutely insane. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. And I shall leave you now and let you know that we have the incredible Lisa Allwood coming up next. Absolutely incredible Instagram training. So I've watched Lisa's Instagram training and I can honestly say it's made a massive impact on my Instagram. I've literally zhuzhed up my whole Instagram. It's really powerful. So please listen and take note of what she says. She's got some awesome tips. We've got a fantastic lineup for you all day. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for all the support and the love. It means the world. We have the best community, the best family in the entire world. I'm so grateful to be part of this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great day and enjoy. Don't be nervous, Lisa. You'll be great. Just be you. All right. Bye, everyone.